Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. So let's keep going with the analysis of the Forex market. Yesterday was a really tough session for those who trade on the stocks and CFDs on the stocks. So, well, personally, I'm trading the options on the stocks. So it was really amazing session yesterday. This DAX has dropped for 600 points. Just take a look what has happened recently on the stock market. So that's just geopolitics, guys. Things that we already have discussed. Now weekly report is in the gold market, is on the Forex market. Now we have the big question, what to wait next. So the first tension has started. So as you can see that overall situation and sentiment around this military turmoil in Eastern Europe is rising. So everybody is really standing some rush around it. So and big question is what will be the next step. So as I said in the report, I do not expect that this contradiction will be resolved really soon. So my suggestion is that it will take long-term consequences. It's just because, as I just explained, so it's two moments, just using common sense just. So first of all, we could talk everybody about Mr. Putin, but we can't say that he's stupid. It's first moment. And if the politicians of this scale initiates some, let's call it, arguing with the counterparty, it should have some arguments. So it means that he definitely has something that could make impact on the overall force balance, and in this argue. So second, Russia just can't switch the back pedal. It's just because it will be big loss of the reputation. If Russia demands something, but then just forget about it and it's everything okay. So that will be a really big loss of the reputation. This definitely will not happen. Well, these two moments makes me think that this is probably a long-term game and will have the big consequences for the markets in particular. Speaking on the euro currency, currently, guys, we have some divergence with the performance of the dollar index in the euro. It's just because the conflict, in one or another way, but it stands in Europe and make impact on all countries that stands in Europe. For example, you know probably that Germany is trying to take its own policy and protect their own interests. Other countries are flowing in a way of the United States interest in Europe. So this will some really big politics stands around it, and that of course also makes impact on the sentiment around the euro currency in general. So today, personally, I prefer to take a look at the Great British Pound. So we briefly just mentioned what we said about the euro currency and Australian dollar. On the euro currency, the one thing that I do not like in the current performance is a consolidation near the lowest border. So when the market just drops and shows really significant drop here, and then stands flat around the support area, this is not a good sign. So normally, the Polish market, you can see testing the support, showing bounce, maybe it could retest it, but reaction comes actually on the next session. Here as well, here we do not see it. Reversal bar, bearish reversal bar, minor pullback, and then markets keep dropping below it. So this looks negative. Maybe it will be just minor washing greens and then market return and back up. But it's very probable that it even could be the downward breakout. So that's why here we still keep watching. So although you could see on our chart, if you remember, we talked about this free drive pattern, right, in our weekly report. And it seems that market now is still tending to this target. It's 1280. So this recent performance, as I said, I don't believe that it will be the hand and shoulders. More probably this will get the free drive. So I think that we could keep an eye on the possible free drive completion, and that will make decision what to do next. So currently, I'm personally not really exciting with the performance here and not inspiring to take any long position by far on the euro currency. On Australian dollar, the one thing that I would like to say is that actually 3-drive target that we have discussed has been completed. With this collapse, you can see market has taken out of these lows between second and third drive. So downside action here is done. So, well, that's why here the short-term stop that we discussed on the daily chart initially with this brand body sell, right? With the 3-drive, so also is done. Now, let's take a look what we have on the Great British Pound. Here is an interesting situation. First of all, on the daily chart, we return back to idea of this so-called brand and body trade. Now, it can't be called as a clear brand and body, it's just because, well, actually, as we have more candles below the 3x3 moving average. But still, the overall momentum still exists here. So we have the thrusting up, downside, drop. And we consider possible pullback here that might happen once market gets some support. In general, this top with this upper direction market has tested yearly pivot point. It was not able to break it and start dropping. And in general, market stands in this way of the consolidation you can see on daily chart. So that's why, well, here I think the chance exists that we could get some bounce, because after yesterday's session, some relief could start to form. The tensions that yesterday was really strong. So that's why I think that we could consider some support areas and probable the pullback that market could show here on the daily chart. Let's call it in a brand body lookalike shape, or just momentum trade, somebody called in this way. So on the 4 time frame chart, we have 2 levels to watch for. First one is right here, is OP. It has been reached, and market slightly has broken through the 30% support, 35.30. The one I thought why I still think that we probably should be watching for XOP is just acceleration to the OP. Here's in general, you could see the acceleration of the CD leg compares to AB, and it tells you that more probable, if even we will get here some minor bounce and shape some minor ABCD pattern, it's more probable that we still will get the drop lower. So I think that 134 area, 133.70, it's the one that's more reliable in current circumstances. Maybe here as well also have some natural support. Right, you can see to the left, it's actually our former cup and handle trade, if you remember, taking the long position here is upper direction. So this natural support resistance line as well, as you can see to the left stand, it's right here. So that's why some chance exists. Maybe even we will get the kind of the reverse head and shoulders here, as you can see. But this is already topic for the next meeting, next discussion. Currently, we're interested in what will happen around 34, 33, 60 area. At this point, if you'll take a look at the hourly chart, here we have separate thrust down, or hourly chart. And maybe at this point we could get some, I don't know, maybe it will be double ripple buy or something that could trigger the pullback. So theoretically here market could show some minor reaction because it's OP, it's near the 30% support, and some bounce here might happen. But currently I suppose that this bounce remains just the bounce. So chances that will be the action that we are waiting for stands not very significant, just because of this type of action. That being said, right now we think that here you could catch probably some pullback if you trade on very low time frame charts. But in general, let's keep watching for 134 area and see what will happen here. Once some bullish signs appear, we could consider possible taking the short-term bullish position with the trying to catch some minor reaction to the upside on the 4 time frame chart.